don't know how to say this. I'm about to say is for anybody that's experienced horrific crime in the United Kingdom. It's a shame on the citizens of Ice, isn't it? My area, United Kingdom, who failed to inform me. HMRC, Ministry of Justice Limited, on behalf of Department of Works and Pensions Limited, all along, since 2011, where I was physically, I'm still physically disabled, got my neighbour, wheelchair dependent. Every single state bloody civil servant I'm dealing with, public funded in conjunction with, all knew this along. And I finally found out today, Sunday, at this hour. I didn't know about this statutory documentation to privatise, can't speak the word, deprivatisation, I have to spell the word, DERIVATIN, or capital rules, its policy statute of all offer of benefits. So if you've had this private medical report, okay, ban on me, horrific experience, attempted murder, 13th of 12, 2002, helped the Met Police all these years, gone through all this rigmarole, all this psychological and permanently effective price, by the way. And it was a so-called citizen advice individual on the 8th of April 2019. I wonder why he took a photo of me. I don't need to prove my physical disability to nobody. In the sense where he said, oh, it'd be helpful to take a photo of you. I had suspicious why they're refusing to offer home visit. I can't travel out my own bloody home, let alone bloody what's invited at the moment. Gone through some old paperwork found from years ago. So the negligence of the Law Society years ago who handled this case, before what I know about contract law, statute law and common law, they failed to inform me to set up a trust account. So the benefits of the trust and trust law will go for my adult son and daughter. I'd wondered why they were pushing around for a few years. It's my own Mormon family behind a lot of things. And a certain individual. And then, of course, the trauma of your mum dying last year and everything else going on. And taking this place off me. Yeah. This is why it all links up, where in this area, housing benefit side of it. Oh, yeah, they did a full council tax rebate on the medical grounds. This is why I haven't been able to get my medical notes, blocking it. Everything I can do, I've been targeted, so I don't get access to nothing. It's unlawful. I'm still up. My friends helping to me to do the stream. We're all victims of crime. The serious nature. You're unlawfully being traumatised all over again. And I'll put the date in the description box. 2001. I never got a fair justice hearing. Never ever got any justice, by the way. There's no such thing as that in United Kingdom, England. When you're dealing with civil servants that just think about themselves, and it's worse now. And found they can actually, if those with physical disabilities and psychological disabilities, they can go to court protection and get, if you don't have, which I don't anymore, family or friends to help me in my affairs financially. They can easily go to court protection to get an application. And by the way, this will be done by public servants. That's why they failed deliberately over the past year to offer me so-called Care Act 2014 assessment process. They never intended to. All links up They never intended to repair my wet room over this 1 year, 9 months, because they knew what's behind it. They've been planning it all of this to date. Every damn sick, non-human, no heart, nothing, sick. I had no clue all of this, all this time would be in the future. How can anybody visualize that? I didn't know. I knew something about years ago, if you have over savings, over sets. I don't have any savings. Don't have nothing in that materialistic. So I'm like anybody surviving on fairly knuckle. And so you have those situation, you know. You don't expect to get re-traumatized all these years further on to set you back. Is that what they wanted to me, to set back my psychological state of mind, my being balanced and well, fine for a long time? Seeing the likes of certain people's videos, and well-known individuals I won't go into, how they're being set up and things, how that can easily happen, phone hackings and stuff like this. There's no wonder I'm going to target this. Why? I'm just me. I'm not outspoken about certain subjects. I won't get involved in a certain neighbour, what he divulged from me. I won't do that. Information out. But I cannot handle. I can't. A certain individual inform me, don't get involved. Nobody gives them a shit. Excuse my bluntness, gives the monkeys about me around it. Ever since I moved in. It's like years. So, if you don't think there's a spiritual wall, not just in the mainstream education, when you survive attempted murder and you re-traumatise all the time, there's nothing apart. I give you medications. But the cutbacks to services throughout, with the computer age now, AI, I was trying to move forward positively, trying to get my head around everything this weekend. There's something I can do with the environment I'm in. And the statutory UK services have to use these processes. I know what they do, with my consent, by the way. I've got my capacity in that sense. But the trauma, the re-traumatisation is all over again, isn't it? Is that what they want? Who knows? But when I found this, downloaded this amendment to the statute in relation to Department of Works and Benefits, so it goes back to before ESA came into place. It was the other benefit, I can't remember what it's called now. And then it was a DLA. They even messed up that years ago when I had the evidence in 2013. I'm wheelchair dependent, high amount of care. Yes, I have a bloody hoist, my bloody high medical aids, high personal care needs, cutbacks to services. I was focused on all that. Had no clue. I don't want the access to blood money. I see it blood money. I don't want anything like that, but the system wants to claw it back. So fair do. But it still won't be paid off. I'm not an accountant. I haven't got that mathematic mindset. And this sick individual claiming you never get any help when you're being targeted. I know that much. Claiming, oh, I'll help you with a pill, but he failed to tell me, warn anybody out there, don't do the online appeal system for HMRC, Ministry of Justice, Department, the call centre. and they're doing this computer so-called trial. It's not a trial. You have to answer these things online, your personal stuff online. It's all about, and you got no extra help. I've got no extra help with this. So I wondered why he was looking at my private document. Even the Court of Appeal in Hight in London failed to offer me a video as a vulnerable adult in their system, a video link, and I didn't even know that you could have all that until to date, and I meant to. Now it's known, well, it's known in all sorts of vulnerable adults, protection of vulnerable adults, Statute Act 2006, witnesses as well as victims, survivors. I call myself a survivor. Years ago, I was all over effing press. People's got short memories. They want to attack me constantly, not directly, you know, like physically, but psychologically, and discredit everything I've gone through. It's all a part of their sick game. I don't have a family support network anymore. I've been relying on that for years, by the way. And I know who's behind it. And I can't go into public about all this. So yeah, I've tried all these so-called talking therapies over the years, but this so-called former law company years ago, by the time they get their cut, there'll be nothing. I've got nothing against. The thing is, if I'd known, I was pushed into claiming compensation. The Met Police, they supported that. The murder squad, it was horrendous seeing what that guy in the Old Bailey, what he did to me. He went on to commit murders. So I lived with that daily. If it's all these years to my life. So all the big pharma industry just keeps me on medication, isn't it? But then when I got physically unwell, I'm not recovered. It's been one roller coaster of a life after another. So I was going to refer to the UK statutory documentation, then cut off the stream. Notice of appeal, get decision for Department of Works and Pensions on the compensation recovery unit, explaining that how I linked up the dots on this one, even offer a correct mandatory consideration. Everything I went through, everything last year to date, this means nothing. So basically what they've got on this, if you don't know this, I didn't put it in the chat, in the recovery of I've also got the tribunal procedure, upper tribunal as well. 2008 statutory law came into place in 21st of August 2015. They had in cases were extremely sensitive, especially interstitial. It's about 7 pages long if you can afford to print out document. And apparently there's other already deemed you meet the criteria to be offered ESA. I haven't got anything to pay them. And whatever's offered to me, a certain amount, how the hell am I meant to? Attempted murder. My life. A character being assassinated. And yet, also, I know about, I'm just going to the evidence. try to get hold of certain documentation. Someone was to push me off everything. I have nothing as well. I don't have any capital. England funded public purse. Also, noted it somewhere else. Let's see if I've got it on the document. Categories. The conduct of, see the mention about, I remember years ago taking on the law chat. I took on people with monetary value on this ever, because you live with it day in, day out. Trying to get serious. I won't go into actually what happened because it's so personal and horrendous, and I don't know what age group you are. Trying to get it up in the document. It's exactly the same one, I think. And to hold, how here we go, to write to the relevant president in statute law. Let me quote. Right. Social entitlement chain. You got various ones. Administrative, that's the subject. The appeals chamber. And this is where the case was dealt with. 5th floor, Royals Building, Feathers Lane, London, EC1, EC481NJ. Featured appointment or statistical appointments of conduct is a Paul Carihan, appointed in January 2016. There's statistical, so I don't know what that means. So 2 pages. And you got a document how they handle complaints. You'll be dealing with these adjusters. I've got bloody storage on this device already. And it's another long document. So are you dealing with the tribunal? So here we go. We got another statutory document. Constitutional Reform Act 2005. And it goes into decides to deal with, if they decide, for the case in 2011, I failed to take my physical evidence, medical evidence consideration, or doubt certain things. I thought so, as part of Ministry of Justice. So, if you wish to do this by hand, you send it to the first floor. I thought so, that's why perhaps my letter's not been going to 102 Petit France, London, S. And it's about the conduct of these men and women, and especially the ones recently, the offer recently. Why have I, Joe? Just and to put it in a letter. Who helps individuals to do this? And then you got an email, head office, again, Ministry of Justice Limited. I thought so. They got a phone number. 14 pages, that is. So it's the same. They run the HMRC. Her Majesty Court Tribunal Service, it's the same. Here you go. Complain about a judge, magistrate, tribunal member, or coroner services. It's all part of Ministry of Justice. The conduct complaints process in Scotland. You can get legal advice. What lawyer, when you're targeted on all three and blocked to everything, will ever help you? Contact the president of the tribunals you want, for example, the employment tribunal or immigration, various different ones. And there's a website link on this, and as I said, where the base head office, and just save that onto. My mate can help me with that in a minute, so I need to get off of it to get some rest. Tribunals. That's what I just went on just now. Social Chamber. Judge John Atkinson. Right. Contact information for this individual is 5th floor, Fox Court, 14 Gray's Inn, London. For Ministry of Justice. Okay, and you also got one here. Oh, here we go. Health, Education and Social Care. Judge Philip Seymour, Civil Justice Centre, 13th floor, The Bridge Street, West Manchester. President's office for that location, for that department. Health and Social Care. Oh, what a joke. But that also will relate to, and you got for the DWP benefit system, if you've not had any justice with that. The horrendous approach with their system, statutory system, to go through to the sky, all by Ministry of Justice, all public purse paid, all on huge amounts per year, perhaps. It goes into the upper chambers. Justice Far, I remember he's been in the Wars Court, is Common Court in London. I remember that from years ago. But he deals with the administrative appeals chamber side of their system. That's 5th floor, Royals Building at Featherstone, for Ministry of Justice. And then you've got other different departments. But I believe the one that I'm going to be experiencing, both. Tribunal presidents of a tribunal, administrative appeals. So that just needs to be saved. The conduct judiciary, can't pronounce the word, bear with me, .gov.uk is the website. It's all statutory documentation, so how the hell can they say, well, they will do, won't they? Pre-prescriptions will stop. Housing benefit will stop. Council tax relief will stop. It used to be known as income support, but it's called ESA will stop. The funding or support for any adult healthcare won't even be considered. The job, if you're pushed on to UC credit or job seekers, will be stopped. Pre-eye care and dental care will stop. Housing benefit will stop. The council full discount will stop. It's no wonder they haven't got back to me, claiming there's a backlog, which I don't believe. It's all being planned behind the scenes. Means tested benefits. So if anyone's experienced, whether you get a final payment or interim payment, it will affect, in statute law, any criminal injury or personal injury affect your current and future entitlement to means tested benefits and local council's financial assistance. That's no wonder they haven't done nothing They knew all along. And we're going back to 2011. I didn't know none of this. And I've been trying all this time. I've got letters to prove all this, by the way. If you got psychological doubt right now, I'm too tired. I have no savings. Convict. I can't tell you how serious it's all their plan all along. Sick mother of son of a guns. It's no wonder my family were the way strange with me at my mum's funeral. No wonder I've been blocked everything. You name everything. I have got no. I could see the logic. If I had X amount, I would have bloody well paid for everything privately. And then what all along they want this to go to their system. You hear about genuine. I'm a genuine situation. You hear about fortunate cases, and I'm not. But in their eyes, they don't see it like that. Thank you very much, Certain Advice. You know who you are, individual. I won't say just D, just letter D, called that man. He knew all full well. I wonder why he was looking at my private medical document from 2011. Oh, you're permanently affected by this. Oh, didn't say sorry for the effects of the horrific crime. No sympathy, nothing. It's not an accident. Reliving it all these years again, to re-traumatise. Trigger, re-traumatise. What do you want me to expect? Fall in a heap. Spiritually, put meditation music back up. I will cope somehow, I don't know how yet. So much going on. It's cruel. So basically, I found some documents, helpful documents, and I'm going to have to reject the offer. I can't even travel out my bloody home, let alone up to Manchester. Well, why didn't you accept this offer? Because I haven't been able to, and there's other personal reasons behind it. It's all to do with the subjects I've learned over the years, and I'm just to use that because these civil servants are agents on behalf of the public purse, and I'm not doing anything unlawful. He's got the power of attorney over another, and this document I'm reading up, I'll make a look at that. I haven't consented to any offer, and when you look at what present means, to represent all these words and things like that, and about it's all to do about the trust. It's all to do about the C.A.B. trust, and it goes back into Roman eras. It goes back in history. Anyway, keep it basic for now. The presumption using their CPR documentation and statutory law system. They're using all the uppercase, lowercase, and black letters, assuming that I'm a appellant or a defendant. I am not. I am the beneficiary of the estate created by the Crown, City Bar of London, the Vatican State, and the presumption, unless you claim that live birth record, you're in the state system. It's all to do with monetary. It's all to do with finance. There isn't no money. It's all numbers on a computer. At the end of the day, the scenario system means that, yes, it's horrific what's happened to me. Like thousands of people around the world and still going through horrific things. The scenario of this is that I haven't done nothing wrong, but their statutory computer system and their policies use compliance and they will claw everything back. I've got nothing to give them. They won't pay. Haven't got anything, and they're just going to take every single of this offer, benefit of me, everything, and I had nothing. You don't know how serious this is. That's why they're making me homeless. They get their rent, they won't be paying nothing. They can't do this. Obviously, one will disable people, but they put the onus on me. I had no clue of this. I had no clue until today. How many years is that? 2011 and 2019. I had no clue. How can they do this? Well, obviously in their system they can, can't they? Look what they're doing with other people. So check out website Sovereign Paralegals. Just search engine that the website and log in. It's £12 for the year. I'm a member, but it's a lot of documents. I haven't got the energy anymore to study. I can only just watch certain things in limited a time. So notice to principal is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to principal. So notice to agent is notice to principal, and notice to principal is notice to agent. And this is how I've got to end this now. It's getting late, and I'm going to switch it off somehow. Oh, I forgot to put the meditation music on. So basically, I am the settler of all the settlers, and it is knowing who you are. But when you're in my situation, and you're relying on food, water, housing, the basics, just survive with ill health and disabilities, ill-pardon health. And all these years, you have this shock information. So if you offer a contract with military justice limited, well, that's going to be rejected without dishonour. That's going to be turned. But what use citizens advice? Oh, by the way, this area is citizens advice. You think it's national charity, it's a limited company too. And that individual falsely got my information. The way it's perjury, everything's going on in a massive scale. I mean, I can't go into it all because it's so long. I've studied a lot of things years ago. So the chancery, the courts of equity and courts of law, chancery in all courts, including not limited to court de shares and court de vache, magistrates, districts, county and criminal appeal and high courts, and start to understand the differences between all of them and use and their uses of applications. It is not difficult and doesn't take a long time once you get to look it up on the internet and through other trusts in 30 minutes. This is just a document this individual's done. So I'll go into Indigo Glow's channel, YouTube, and start learning, or Facebook. We ain't got Facebook anymore, but just go into statutes and treaties and constitutional law, federal law, state law, common law, case law, commercial law. Well, there's a lot of, and stay out of court. Equity, this is all about. I mean, it's all very good for those able-bodied and can work for themselves or got a job. If you can still have a job, you don't get end up getting ill. You get the labels because the system needs labels in the United Kingdom. I don't know how it works in parts of the world. I can't speak about that. So the mainstream narrative of things in their system, they're coming after the trust, knowing they can make currency, commerce, business, and trying to hold the trust name, which is obviously the life well, my life, human flesh and blood, me, living woman, but in their system, it's all commerce and business, and that's how they come after and imply and cause alarm and distress further. This is all being planned. I've got to put the meditation music and just have a rest. Put the music on now. So, for all those that's experienced this horrific situation and shock, try and put some what works with you. Be careful about the flashbacks, the anxiety. You can only do one thing at a time. The mind, the body, your soul can only do one thing at a time. I really did not visualize all this, and I don't know how it can be sorted out. I know the world is changing quick, and I know my mum had to go through a lot of things, and it's pure evil. I am trying to I need to sleep on it, and it's just all about targeting vulnerable people, isn't it? It's all just re-organising all this information. It's an information overload. And it's no wonder no services would comply with their duty of care. They've been waiting for me to fall. I won't. For the sake of my mum's passing, I will never fall like that. Never. I know risk to me. Nobody's private life friends not doing anything today. Just be careful. God forbid. If you ever go for anything and you survive and you find out years later that you didn't realise that the corrupt system, the way it is now, designed to fail all these years on and to claw back whatever you were relying on to live. So there is no justice. That guy's in prison for life, wherever he is now. I don't want to know. And it's about healing. Can't forget, it's trying to forgive those that are doing all this to me. Individuals in their job capacity. They have no clue what it's like to survive. The MK Ultra, the trauma for so long. That document is so private. There's no privacy anymore. Not in 2009 plus. Never, ever will be. Not even this format. Nothing is. If you don't know who you are, with deep in your heart, your mind, body and soul, try to learn about natural health as well. The rest of my life I've got left on this planet, I will try and do my best, but I really don't know how I can go on from here. At the moment, at least. I've got to rest.